He's in the 90s, boys. He's in the 90s. Our boy is speaking. We started the season as an 82. We dropped into the 70s for a little bit. But he is back. They know the power of 21-year-old Reynor, the macro monster. First match, Reynor versus Ryung. Let's do this. I'm actually excited. Let's go.
Let's get it on.
Ryung versus Reynor. Map 1, Ancient. Well, that should be a bit of a beatdown. Honestly, I'm expecting 2 Rex or 3 Rex here. I have a hard time believing that Ryung is gonna play Ancient straight up. Like, I just don't believe that. I'm drinking a Viper in honor of our boys. Trigger is an infested Protoss. We all know that. Thank you to my man CQ for the 20 months. Reynor versus Ryung. The opening of the 3 best of 2s that we have here today. Onsyde versus Basilisk. Number 1 versus number 2. Even though I feel we should be number 1 because we're 10-0. Don't forget that our journey this season started in WTL Code A. Where we also won 4 matches. So we're 14-0 as a team. Thank you to Dermops. Let's do it, guys. Round 1.
Round 1. Fight.
In the top right side, we are looking at the main base of our Korean Terran player Ryung for Onsyde. In the bottom left side, a 21-year-old macro monster representing Basilisk is Reynor. He's looking good. Wearing his jersey. Not the player jersey, but he's wearing the sweatshirt, I guess. So far, the boys are staying at home. I honestly expected Ryung to go for proxy 2 Rex or 3 Rex here. Ah, he's going to go CC first. Ryung is going to pull a bunny on Reynor. We all remember Reynor trying his luck in GSO Code S and getting a bit unlucky. Bunny going for the CC first into the 2 base all in. Maybe Ryung is taking a look at those games from the past. But that worked against 20-year-old Reynor. Just because that worked against 20-year-old Reynor that was not quite the macro monster yet, that doesn't mean it works against a 21-year-old. The biggest match of the season, Man City versus Real. Yeah, but the thing is, I wasn't even that excited for Man City versus Real because I really thought that that was a bit of a mismatch. I think today it's close. I believe. I think the draw is okay. I think it could have been better, as I went over that briefly before. But I still think it's going to be fine. Of course, we want to start off here with a 2-0. We're not going to downplay that. We're not going to lower the expectations or be overly humble. We are looking for a 2-0 start here. Reynor is an absolute beast. Our back-to-back Home Story Cup champ has barely lost the series since he turned 21. Reynor is currently in Italy. Whoa, it's... Jesus, that's great. CC first, into a barracks, into another command center. There was only one man who played like this for a long time. And that was Flash, guys. When Flash was playing StarCraft 2, this is often how he played. CC first, into barracks, into another CC. And then he would also go double eBay before anything else. How do they decide which player they play? Already answered this earlier, but I'll answer it again. Basically, the team captains sent in an order to the admin of WTL. So they just ask who's player number 1, 2, and 3. We decide our order. So we go 1 Reynor, 2 Trigger, 3 Serral. We send it to the admin. The other team sends it to an admin. And then the admin tells us who's playing who. The reason they do it like this, instead of how they did it in the past, where they give certain maps and then you seed players on those maps, is because they had a crazy amount of mirror matchups in the past. They didn't want that anymore. So now they keep us in the dark. And it's just kind of blind seeding. It's totally random, but it's not totally random, Dragon. Because you can still calculate certain things. You can still keep some things into consideration. And you can still put some thought into it. I told the boys that I'm expecting Ryung to play first here. And I was right. But the boys did not care. The boys had a plan. And we went for the plan. But I would not say it's totally random. So Reynor currently is in Italy. Reynor will stay in Italy until the big tournament in Saudi Arabia. Game is 8. We are all traveling towards Saudi Arabia at the end of this month. Around the 30th or the 31st. Some people fly on the 30th. Some people fly on the 31st. Wow, double factory by the way. What is this build by Ryung? And after that tournament is done, that's when Reynor will come back to the Netherlands. That's when we can finally play some padel with my boy. Baby Marine says it's the cure. Baby Marine, after you teamed up on your old man yesterday with pro gamers, I don't want to hear any wise comments of you in my chat anymore. I'm done. I'm hurt. I hope you know that. Why is this the cure? Is it mech? Well, it can also just be a whole bunch of Blue Flame Hellions into bio. But since we now have literally 3 factories, that seems a bit unlikely, so I guess we're going to play Battle Mech. Like, sometimes they still open double factory into Blue Flame, into bio, but with 3 factories, it's honestly kind of obvious that it's going to be Battle Mech all the way. We're going to go for Cyclones with Mech Field Accelerator. We're going to go for a lot of Hellions with some Blue Flame. Maybe down the line, Banshees with Hyperflight Rotors. But at first, it's all about Hellions, Cyclones, and probably tanks. Reynor could honestly go for, I want to say, just an all-out roach attack. If he stops droning and he just starts building roaches now, fires up roach speed, gets a couple dropper lords, that could be a play, but it's going to be a bit too late for that. I am not concerned, but I do know that Reynor prefers to just kill these builds immediately, rather than be forced to play a macro game, sit back, dance with the Cyclones. So he's not going to be able to just straight up kill it, because I think that window has kind of passed already. We're just macroing here. The macro monster, guys. Refuses to go for an early attack. There's so many factories, man. 5 factories at 6 minutes. I think Reynor has seen some of the factories. I don't think he's necessarily seen all of them. He's queuing up 13 additional drones at the moment. It's important that we don't take a bad fight soon against these Cyclones that are about to show up with Macfield. Reynor setting a couple of roaches forward, wants to protect his creep. Queens are immediately there, but now the Cyclones are here as well. First few lock-ons are going to go down. And since Reynor doesn't have roach speed yet, why don't we have roach speed? It's honestly a little bit annoying. Now Ryung doesn't know that it's still going to take a little while before this kicks in. Reynor did immediately start it up. It's a lot of Hellions, guys, going to try to make it into the natural. Can they gun down that evolution chamber? That would be very bad news for us. Thank the Zerg Overlords for a lot of HP regenerating quickly on an Evo chamber. Because if these Hellions sneak into the natural and all you have is a bunch of slow roaches, yeah, you're going to have a very bad time. That actually was a close call. Reynor will say it wasn't a close call, but I can guarantee you guys that that was a close call. Isn't this really good for Terran since he essentially opened a triple CC? Yes. Ryung has played very greedy and got away with all of it. Reynor has played somewhat safe when it wasn't needed to be safe. So yeah, at the moment it's good for Ryung. But yeah, I'm actually kind of worried here. This is scary, man. Damn it. You're not wrong, my friend. You're not wrong, but it's still Reynor. It's 21-year-old Reynor, our macro beast. He's doing a good job in at least making sure that these units can't get too close. Cyclones are looking for a couple lock-ons. Queens are derping there at the bottom of the ramp, so they're not quite able to make it onto the high ground. Transfuse does land in time. Lynx thought about going for it for a split second, won't commit. Hellion's gonna morph into Hellbats, but the roaches are here to save our hatchery, I hope. Can we save our hatchery? No! Oh yeah, that's a kill, guys. Hatchery does not just get cancelled, it gets straight up killed. I prefer no updates, by the way, Lino. I know that I cannot control the internet, but I prefer no updates. I really want to watch it back later. You refuse to believe that the Italian Stallion is going to lose to Triple CC? I'm glad. I want to be with you. We have a Nidus going down. Maybe we're going to go for some Swarmos by the looks of it. A couple of Hellions with Blow Flame making it into the main base at the 9 o'clock position. That's a lot of drones dying. Reynor just wants to surround some Cyclones. This is honestly becoming a bit of a painful game so far. Reynor is floating some money, losing a lot of drones. Is not able to jump on these Cyclones. Nothing is going to come easy today, that's for sure. No guaranteed wins. here between Basilisk and Onsyde. We have 12 swarm hosts on the production tab. Onysde's network is already done. I don't know if Reynor has a dot in the main base of Ryung. Can he drop a Onysde in the top left? No, he cannot. Cyclones are going to take care of it. Serral wondering how he lost to this kid. Silly comment, mate. Don't do that. Different matchup. None of these things come into play. Ryung obviously has had some good runs at big international events. We have a Onysde going up on the top side of the map, outside of the main base, close to the triangle base of Ryung. First wave of locusts. It's definitely important for our boy that that first wave of locusts gets something done. Onysde is up. We're gonna get another Onysde in the bottom right side. Cyclones are here. They get a couple of lock-ons. Reynor is not going to land all of the swarm hosts, excuse me, all of the locusts immediately. Lands a couple, gets a couple Hellions, gets a Cyclone. Here come the locusts in the mineral line, and that's a very decent amount of damage for our first wave. Not bad. Was important. The first wave got something done. The first wave gets a couple Hellions, gets a couple Cyclones, and 13 SCVs. But Ryung is playing very good so far. Kudos to Ryung. Definitely playing a very good game. Reynor is still maxed out. Oh, traps a couple of these Cyclones with just 5 or 6 links. You gotta love that. The Cyclone's already here though to get lock-ons on, but it also means that the army's a bit out of position. Reynor's gonna try to make some magic happen with roaches and banelings. Gets a tank, gets the second tank. Can we get that eBay? I don't know if it matters, but could be nice. Ryung is now supply blocked. That's kind of annoying. Wants to go for this Onysde, but it's honestly kind of hard. Reynor is all over the place. It's Onysde's network after Onysde's network going up. It's a big wave of locusts. The roaches are going to complement the first wave of locusts here. Helvet's doing their thing. A Thor does die. A couple of tanks are low on HP, but they do not fall. Yeah, Ryung already has a Ghost Academy. Ryung is already building Ghost. So I think that's why he's also getting some attack upgrades for the Ghost. It's Battle Mech complemented with a couple of tanks and Thors into Ghost. And because of the Ghost, we want to get some bio upgrades too. Reynor's bank is not that big. It is a bit deceiving. Like 3,000 minerals, you're like, oh, that's a lot. But if you lose an army, you're not even going to have enough minerals to replace that entire army. And especially the 1,200 gas, that's actually very little. A couple of the ghosts do get picked up though. That's nice. Ghosts are expensive units. Cyclones are expensive. Reynor gets those as well. He's going to grab a couple of the tanks here. What a great fight there, guys, in the top left side. Not Reynor's entire army at all, but he gets a couple of very expensive units. That was probably the best fight that Reynor has taken in this game so far. Got ghosts, got cyclones, got tanks. Barely lost anything. I kind of feel like we are witnessing the shift of momentum so far. Few more locusts going forward. Does not get both of the tanks. We'll actually just go for all the tanks that are defending the planetary fortress. 2 tanks fall quickly. The third one is still alive. Corrosive ball from downtown is good enough. I think Reynor's doing a pretty good job in resetting the tank count, picking up some ghosts. Even got a few Thors already earlier. And that was a Kobe Ravager for sure. Kobe! Definitely feels that Reynor has taken this game by the horns and he's kind of dictating the pace at the moment. Doesn't have a whole lot to worry about at home. And it's just forcing Ryung to be all over the place defensively. That does not mean that Reynor has this game in the bag. Far from it. Ghost count is going up. It's still a Terran on 5 bases, but Reynor is not done yet. It's not slowing down either. It's pedal to the meadow, if anything. Is here with another wave. We have Banelings in the mix. They're gonna blow up some SCVs. That planetary fortress goes down. So it's tanks, it's SCVs, and it's a PF. That's big, obviously, for our boy. As a tank gets picked off, another tank will fall. Perhaps one more tank will die to the splash damage. That doesn't quite happen. There were a couple of Hellions trying to counterattack, but Reynor was defending that successfully as well. And you can kind of see Ryung tilting his head there a little bit. Probably knew that at one point this game looked pretty promising. The ghosts are going to be able to land a couple of snipes on the swarm host. Ryung needs another base. He desperately needs to get his hands on a 5th base. Reynor's gonna get better and better trades. I love how Reynor could have gone for tanks there, and he's like, no, I want that sensor tower. My boy, guys. That's how we raise them. Exclamation mark perfect in the chat. Reynor's gonna go for it again with Lings, Roaches, Ravages, and Banelings. Banelings will crash into the gulls. Reynor's done a very good job in picking up the expensive units. Gets the double kill there on the tanks, and almost feels that this game is perhaps close to ending. Ryung is tilting his head like Sase did in his prime. Doing it again. Further and further. Cannot even land his command center on the bottom right side because Reynor still has his Nidus up there, and the Nidus is spreading a tiny bit of creep. Our boy still maxed out, working on +3 missile attacks, +3 melee, maximizing these Zerg upgrades. Ryung just lost a few too many ghosts. I feel like what's often very scary is if the ghost count goes crazy high, but something that sets guys like Maru and Bjorn apart, and Clem as well, obviously, if he's feeling it, is that they are incredibly good in keeping their ghost count high, keeping the ghosts alive. Everything else can die. The ghosts are not allowed to die. Reynor has been able to find a lot of ghosts. This attack is perhaps not quite as pretty as some of those previous attacks that we have seen. But since Reynor does have all the bases, does have a great economy, and is denying Ryung from getting a 5th, we can get away with an attack like that. At this point, do you even care if your Swarmos die? No. The Swarmos have done their job. Reynor is going to be okay with that. I would like to see a hive-tech building go down, whether it's the Great Aspire or maybe Ultras. I think Ultras would be a nice touch. Couple of extra spellcasters. What about a Viper, Reynor? I'm out here, mate. I'm supporting the Viper crew. Why don't we get a Viper or two? But Reynor seems to be happy with Lings, Roaches, Ravages, and Banes. Couple Queens on the other side of the map as well. Do the Ghosts, by the way, even have personal cloaking? I haven't seen the Ghost cloaked one time. I find it kind of crazy that Ryung is making that many Ghosts very early, by the way, while playing Battle Mech, and he didn't go for personal cloaking. So much harder to keep your Ghosts alive if you don't have the cloaking ability. Another 12 additional SCVs will fall. One of the Thors is flying. Widowmine could do some friendly fire there. Doesn't quite happen. Yeah, he just doesn't cloak. Or doesn't have cloak. It's crazy, no? We still have like 7 ghosts or so out on the map. We've got 3 extra ghosts on the production tab. We've already lost over 10 ghosts in this game easily. And doesn't get personal cloaking. I find that confusing. A couple of infestors show up. Maybe not the greatest fungals, but we can just pretend that they are amazing fungals and that they will get the job done. Ryung knows it. He's kind of done with this game. Just wants to make sure he doesn't leave too early, but there's a little too much Zerg. Reynor is too big, too powerful. Has consumed the entire map. He's done a great job in expanding. Was not ultra smooth sailing. Look at that, guys. 22 ghosts have died. Like, I'm not crazy here, right? Okay, you guys don't have to answer that. I know I'm crazy. But I cannot remember a game that I've seen a Terran lose 25 ghosts and not get personal cloaking. That's bizarre. But GG gets gold. Our boy Reynor takes the dub, takes the 1-0 lead for Basilisk here in obviously a must-win series for us. We know that. It's important that we win this one. Reynor needs to get a 2-0 on the board. That was an amazing map for Zerg though. Now Ryung is going to have his map choice. I remember a Maru game versus Dark where he lost 1 or 2 ghosts. 12 ghosts. Ah, you voted for the draw soon. You don't believe in the macro monster that is 21-year-old Reynor? You really don't need to hide. No, it's amazing to have cloaking. Because then every single time Reynor attacks, Reynor needs to attack with multiple overseers. Obviously that costs money. You can snipe the overseers, then the ghost will stay safe. A cloak is one of the things that makes ghosts absolutely amazing god tier late game units. And to make 25 ghosts and never get personal cloaking, I think is wild. Best way to support either sponsor for the series, drink a Viper. I don't know, mate. The sponsors are at the bottom side of our screen. I don't think TGIF is Thank God It's Fridays, but I kind of hope it is. Because that means that they should send me some sparrows. I love the sparrows of TGI. You can click on doyu.com, Hypergriff, Rio, Kifu. The other one? I don't know, man. Maru is super favored against Trigger, and Serral vs Solar is very close. Ah, yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna let you guys keep on smack talking my boy Trigger. You guys don't believe in our Canadian Protoss, that's fine. Keep on telling me how easy that's going to be for Maru, okay? Just keep on telling me. And make sure to back it up with all your channel points as well. Because I believe. All WTL sponsor became a steadfast emote now. That's cool. Trigger's gonna get bopped. Bring it on, guys. Keep on telling me. Keep on telling me how my boy has no chance against Maru. I love it. I live for these moments. But we'll talk about that soon. First, in the bottom right side. Oh, Neo Humanity. I hope you guys are in for a marathon. Onsyde Gaming's Ryung. Top left side of Neo Humanity, we are looking at the main base of the man that's representing Basilisk, the Italian stallion, 21 years old and hasn't lost a game ever since he leveled up in real life. It's Reynor. Alright guys, what are we going to do on Neo Humanity? I think we've all seen a TVZ or two go on for a very long time on this map. Ryung is not going to go CC first this time around. It will be Refinery, Barracks, take the game from there. I don't know though if Ryung can truly hang with Reynor in a straight up game where he just slowly but steady wants to expand. There's a very big difference though in the choice of words, LV Sim. This is what I've been trying to teach the StarCraft 2 scene for like the last 4 years on my channel at least. But it's like, if you guys, let's say this is a random game, that's not happening right now. You guys are watching Drogo, and Drogo is having a bad game. If you guys write in the chat like, Drogo's a bit off today, Drogo's not feeling it, I expected more of Drogo, all of that is fine. If you type, Drogo fucking sucks, like that's not fine. I don't like that. And if you guys are telling me, Trigger has no chance against Maru, Trigger's gonna get buffed, Trigger's gonna get wrecked, I think that's silly. I'm not gonna time it out, but I think that's silly. If you tell me like, Roddy, I think Maru is going to be very difficult for Trigger, I'm okay with it. It's all about how you bring the message that you're trying to bring. There are many different ways of bringing the same message across, and the choice of words is very important. You will want to tell me, like, well, Maru is favored against almost everyone, Roddy, including Trigger. That's fine. Does not bother me. Does not bother anyone. I mean, it's like, Maru's going to absolutely destroy Trigger. He's got zero chance. I think that's pretty silly. But you will see, right? No, it has nothing to do with being diplomatic. I honestly, like, some people seem to think that I'm the overly sensitive, delicate butterfly, but I'm not. I think it's just about a little bit of respect for the players. A lot of these guys are doing their best. They're putting on shows for us every single day. And I don't want to create an environment where they read chat in my channel and they see people just bashing them, telling them how shit they are. Like, I just don't like that. It does not have to be overly diplomatic. I'm down with all sorts of humor, even the humor that a lot of people find very offensive. I like it. But I just don't want people to shit on the players that are doing their best to entertain us. Yeah. You can probably get away with a whole lot more with me than you can do in many other channels. It's just I think the choice of words is very important. Would Basilisk players have preferred Serral or Reynor to get paired against Maru? No, the players are happy, Banana Stand. I have also covered this a few times already. The players are happy with the draw that we got. Trigger is also not unhappy with it. He just wanted Ryung or Maru. He did not want Solar. So the players are happy. I personally thought it would have been better for us to have Trigger play first against Ryung, because I genuinely believe that Trigger would win that. At least 1-1, but if not 2-0. And I believe that Reynor or Serral is going to defeat Maru. So, that would have been my choice, but the players are happy and that's all that matters. Serral is always happy, Dagon. There is not a single man walking on this planet, or woman, that Serral would be unhappy to face. Serral is always happy. I have the feeling that the only person that makes Serral slightly unhappy is Reynor, but if you can't beat him, you join him. They're on the same team, so he doesn't have to worry about that. I think Reynor is legitimately the only person on this planet that Yona looks at and is like, rather not. Yep. Exactly, Jeremy. Not even Coco. If Serral is willing to knight us all in me, because I'm taking a gold, I don't even know what he's going to do against Coco. Alright guys, Reynor, we have to talk about this game. We've got a lair on the way. We're already building a couple of roaches. Meanwhile, Ryung has dropped a double armory. Gonna float over the CC. For a split second, we had Overlord Speed on the way, but Reynor cancelled it. I kind of like the idea of Overlord Speed, because I like the idea of Reynor just doing some sort of a German taxi here, where we get a Speed Overlord, put a couple queens inside of it, well, after we turn it into a Dropperlord, fly to the other side of the map, and just roaches, ravages, queens, and let's end it. Because a lot of these mech openings, they're honestly somewhat greedy, because they're not building tanks. Like when lower level Terrans on the ladder play mech, they open up with some tanks, so it's hard to attack them. High level Terran players don't want to build tanks early on, because the tank cannot do anything offensively. So they play kind of greedy and they're very vulnerable to all-ins. What's the idea behind Trigger facing Maru? No disrespect. Well, that's just the way that it played out. But Trigger is very good in PvP. We do not decide who plays who. We just seed. But you can obviously kind of put a little bit of work into predicting who's going to play where. So, it's not that we signed up for Trigger against Maru, that's just what we got. Reynор's roaches are on top of a couple of the Hellions. As more roaches are making their way to the other side of the map, another Hellion gets sniped. The two Banshees still roaming the map. I want to say not a bad start here for Ryung. He got away with all of it. Double armory, a lot of factories, Banshees finding a bit of damage. This is probably exactly what Ryung wanted to happen in the first 7 minutes of this game. He's getting away with it. That's a lot of Hellions. No. This time around the Hellions do sneak in. Reynor is going to lose a lot of workers here. The only question is how many. He's going to try to create a lot of Evo chambers to create the Wall of the Century. Roaches are doing their thing, but the roaches are kind of slow. They at least got a roach speed, by the way, mate. Last game I was worried that roach speed was a little bit late. This game is even later. Please get the roach speed, amigo. 7 minutes into the game. We're chasing Hellions. Fires up a hive immediately, guys. A 7 minute and 20 second hive after losing 10 drones and a spire. But still no roach speed. That defense was indeed very good. I thought it was going to be so much worse. Okay, now we get roach speed. We're gonna hard cheese. Obviously, I would never talk about what the players have planned for a series, but guys, a lot of you guys are really underestimating Trigger, and that's okay. We'll see how the games go, right? I'm very excited for that. I'm also excited to see how this one is going to play out, since Reynor has an ultra quick hive and a very quick spire. It's probably going to morph it into a greater spire immediately as soon as that hive is done. The hive and the spire are kind of well aligned. 101 drones indeed at the moment. We're making a few more. Casual 103 drones. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. My alerts were still on. Not supposed to happen. I apologize, guys. Disabled from here on out. But thank you, Levra Bouquois, for the 51 months. Trigger lost 2-0 against Clem, yes, but Clem, 0 ping Clem, TVP, is arguably the best TVP on this planet. I genuinely believe that 0 ping Clem is better than Maru with 0 ping in TVP. A lot of people will never accept that. They'll be like, Roddy, your European bias is disgusting to me. That's okay. I will take it. That's my opinion. Yeah, I know. Clem's TVP is way better than Gabe's TVP these days. Cure is also very good here. No, I will never smack talk Cure or Maru. Guys, just because I hype up Clem, that doesn't mean that I think the other guys are not good. I think those guys are close to each other. But you put a gun to my head and I have to pick the one Terran who's going to defeat the Protoss when the pings are 0, I pick Clem. If it's a matter of life and death, and I know it's not cross-server, we're not playing with 80 ping or 150 or 180, we're playing 0 ping TVP, and a bunch of Protoss nerds are lined up, I'm picking Clem. And somebody says, rip Roddy. Well, it is what it is, right? If that's the wrong choice, at least I stuck to my beliefs. Anyway. Enough about TVP, guys. We can talk about TVP real soon because Maru versus Trigger will be our next best of 2. For now, let's just enjoy Game 2 between Reynor and Ryung. Obviously, both of them seem to think that they are absolute macro monsters. As 10 minutes in, we are maxing out without a real fight taking place. Couple of Blue Flame Hellions sneaking into the base at 9 o'clock. And that does mean that Reynor is once more going to lose a few drones. What we also know though is that Reynor has a lot of drones. Literally had over 100 for a split second. What's the Viking count at? Couple Thors in the mix, couple Vikings. By the way, why is Reynor not building a single Viper? Wouldn't Vipers be good here? We have at least a couple of infestors, so the fungal dream is real. First few Brootlings are on the ground. The Viking count is not crazy high yet. I'm truly surprised we don't have Vipers. I drank him. Is that what it is? Is it my fault? Now Reynor is just going full Wings of Liberty on us. Says a Broodlord Infestor is the way to go. As he's splitting off a couple of the roaches. Wants to get rid of all the roach supply that he's currently still sitting on. And while Ryung is actually busy dealing with these roaches, Reynor is very easily going to pick off a couple of tanks. Ryung is doing his best the Muslim impression here, guys. My good friend Benjamin Baker, who's getting married soon and will be in the Netherlands for a bachelor weekend next weekend, had a couple of epic games, including against the likes of Nurcho and Serral, with just mass freaking Thor. If I see a Terran late game with just mass Thor, I always think of Ben. Ben did this for a couple years, would bring SCVs with the party as well, and it's just 200 supply of Thor on the other side of the map. That's the way that Benny B used to play his TVZs and legitimately found some good success with it. Baby Marine says that this is scary. I agree. But I am not doubting our 21-year-old macro monster. He played this game safe. Could have maybe gone for some crazy Roach Queen aggression. Did not want to. We signed up for the macro game. And we do have our first few Vipers, by the way. No. There are some Vipers right now. I saw them on the production tab. Cheers to the Vipers, guys. Cheers to the Vipers. Let's go. Reynor has no bank. Wow. 4.5k minerals and 1100 gas. Still plenty of gas to be mined. Right now we don't need to worry about the banks. I don't believe that Reynor will ever take a fight so badly that he immediately needs to remax and he will not have enough gas. We literally have a rich recipe in Geyser too. Like these two extractors are important. Those ones on the top right. We want to keep an eye on that. Broodlords are in a funny spot. We have double parasitic bomb going down. We have a couple of Corruptors that are going to work on these Vikings. One Viking falls. The new and improved Viking though, guys. Single Broodlord is dealing with a couple of tanks. The Broodlord micro here by Reynor in the center of the map is good. He's bringing them in range to land the Broodlings and then he's pulling them back, making it hard for the Thors to land their shots. Okay, the tank run by, guys. We're playing World of Tanks over here. Ryung casually split off 4 tanks and he killed a hatchery. That's some good value. The tank run by. I hope he didn't pay extra for gold ammunition in World of Tanks. Cannot imagine somebody who would ever spend real money on gold ammunition. I spent 200 bucks on gold ammo, guys. Not afraid to admit it. A little bit embarrassed, but not afraid. I just wanted to get better at the game, okay? Oh, yes, there is a way. I got really addicted into World of Tanks for like 2 months. I know that people think that's a meme game, but World of Tanks is actually a very good game. What does gold ammo do? A higher chance of penetrating the armor of the tank, so you can get more kills. Alright, Neuro Parasite goes down on a Thor. Second Thor is surrounded by Broodlings. Reynor getting a pretty decent start to the fight here. Yeah, no, that's really pay to win. I know. It's a pay to win game. Fortunately for us, StarCraft 2 is not. Those tanks were good enough to take out a hatchery, but that's about it. Reynor, in the meanwhile, takes out the center base. And that's an important one, guys, because that's the one with the rich Vespian geyser. It's a long time ago, Psionic. The only reason I ever started playing World of Tanks is because I was working for NASL. That was a StarCraft 2 company, but then they didn't make any money, and so they had to do something else. And they did World of Tanks. And they forced me, obviously, to play the game, so I would know what I'm talking about. And then turned out I kind of liked the game. It was like 2014, I would say. 2013, 2014. Yeah, the Ryung run-bys on the left side are indeed surprisingly effective. But I'm not too concerned after Reynor was able to pick off a couple of Thors in the center of the map rather easily. Obviously, Ryung does have his hands on ghosts now. Super nice of Ryung though to just play without personal cloaking. Funny little wall of spines and spores here, but that line of defense is going to be moved back a little while. A lot of extra Ghost Academies going down. We're gonna get some nukes here, guys. I thought you remember. No, that was not World of Tanks. I streamed World of Airplanes, fading at the edges. No, what is it? The sea game. World of Warships. I streamed World of Warships, but that was a paid promotion. I put that in the title. I was very honest about it. As you should. Otherwise, you can get in trouble with the law. Now, it was World of Warships that I played. World of Warships is pretty good too, but World of Tanks was actually amazing. Reynor is now down to 67 drones, but that's really not a bad thing. Don't look at this number and be like, oh, shouldn't Reynor have more drones? No. Reynor has all the upgrades in the world. He's maxed out. He's got all the infrastructure. At this point, 63 drones is more than enough. We can even slowly but steady go even lower, because obviously the maxed out supply is 200. If you have too many drones, you're not going to be able to have an army that's going to deal with the army of Ryung. So the drone count right now is completely fine. We have a bit of a bank. We want to make sure that we keep on increasing that bank, as we have a nuke landing in the top right side. And now Ryung's entire army is here in the bottom left. Pretty terrifying army, guys. Nuke is going to land, won't kill the hatchery. Maybe the next one will. Yes, CS Shark, but that doesn't just go for Twitch streaming. That goes for everyone. If you do paid advertisement, but you're not clear about it being paid advertisement, you're breaking the law. Nuke, Reynor, please pay attention. That goes for Instagram, TikTok, even Twitter. It goes for all sorts of social media. More nukes being researched. Look at that SCV, by the way, derping. That's one supply that Ryung will never get any value of, guys. Advantage Reynor, because one supply is stuck behind the Ghost Academy. 7 SCVs die as Reynor is finding some good value. Okay, sharking in faster. We go for a Neuro. And we land an EMP on 2 ghosts. Okay, cute play. A shame for Reynor that not all the ghosts were right next to each other. There is a ghost landing on a couple of queens. 2 queens will fall. Ryung is making this game very, very chaotic. How does this man just never get personal cloaking, guys? I have never seen a Terran that just says, nope, don't want it, don't need it, don't care. It's useless. Is it useless though? He has it? Okay, last time he didn't have it. Alright. Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Good. Thank you. Last game we did not, but this game we does. That's good. Oh, that's good for Ryung. I kind of like the idea of the man never getting personal cloaking. But yeah, obviously he already snuck 2 or 3 ghosts to the other side of the map. I feel like he's only getting it because he wants to nuke. He's not getting it for the fights. Like, let's keep an eye on if he actually activates Cloak ever for the fights. He's only using Cloak right now because he wants to drop nukes and obviously sneak ghosts to the other side of the map. I never talk shit, Mr. Sunny 579. Once again made wording. These nukes are kind of not worth it. No, but they increase the stress level of this game. So it's not about the first nuke or the second nuke or the third nuke. You only really need one nuke to be the money nuke of all of them. And we can see where they go down and we know whether they're scary or not. But every single time you hear the nuke sound, if you're in the shoes of Reynor, it is stressful. It's not just because you can potentially lose the game against one nuke. It's also because nobody wants to be that guy that gets nuked in a big game. So I don't hate the nuke so far by Ryung. I think that's perfectly fine. And it's not about the short-term investment. It's about the long-term investment. I see lands another nuke here in the center. Reynor is all over it though. So far, it definitely feels that Reynor is focused and he's dialed in. Just when I say that, he's ignoring 2 Hellbats, killing his drones. But I still stand by it. I think he's playing good. I am worried though, guys. Because we all remember the game between Reynor and Spirit where, you know, slowly but steady, eventually it just went nowhere. And Reynor couldn't really ever find a fight anymore. We have another nuke landing in the center of the map. I think Reynor knows about it as he's moving a couple of the spines and spores. Lands a Fungo. I'd love to see some fights. I think fights are good. I believe in Reynor's ability to get good fights. As he lands a Fungo and a Blinding Cloud, gets a couple of Thors. Hasn't really lost a whole lot there. How many spellcasts do we have? We have 10. Can we land the Fong on the left? Oh, he activates Cloaking, guys. Ryung just activated Cloaking and he sniped an Infestor on the left. Apparently split up 2 Thors for the Thor run by in the top right. Can we say... Oh, the Overseers are saving the day because the Thor is no longer focusing on the hatchery. Ooh, that was risky, but it worked. So Reynor picks up a Ghost and saves the hatchery. MVP Overseer. Absolute MVP Overseer. There's 2 ghosts inside of it. They're looking for an EMP, guys, on the Infestor, and did not get it. I did not see any EMPs land there. Fungal does connect on a couple of Thors, SCVs, and 2 or 3 ghosts and a medevac. Reynor's doing fine, though. I just kind of want to see Reynor keep going for it. There's a tiny abduct landing. Fungal. Abduct Fungal. Okay, this could be a fight. The Thors, though. Oh, my goodness. The Thors pack a punch. As we have an anti-armor missile go down as well. Ryung baited Reynor there into believing that he should chase. I want to see Reynor chase. So I would have absolutely lost everything. Good news is that Reynor is a whole lot better than I am. We do land a Fungal. We land a Blinding Cloud combination. Here we go. Zerg Spellcast. There's a lot of links coming in from the top side. I think this should be a fine fight for Reynor. Broodlord count is still crazy high. We've got 18 of them. We've got links showing up. Do we have any energy left for another Blinding Cloud or a Fungal? We don't. Ryung getting his hands, by the way, at this bottom left base. Something I don't really like. Pretty good trade so far for the man from Basilisk, our Italian stallion. Yeah, Ryung is out of gas, but that's why he can still take gases, guys. He can take his 2 refineries at the 6 o'clock base. Look at the minimap. 6 o'clock base, he has no refineries. Bottom left side, he has no refineries. And he also just re-established the base in the center. He's using the rich gas right now, I think. But he still has like 4 refineries that he can take. Now he's taking them. You guys see? 6 o'clock base and bottom left side base. What was it that Reynor said that game? Playing against you is always a treat. We don't need to go back into that game. We can forget about Reynor versus Spirit. Yeah, he also lost the center base though, guys. I know you guys are very focused on the rich Vespian guys, but he lost that base. And he only somewhat recently re-established it. I want to see Reynor fight all the time, because I feel like Reynor has done excellent in the fight so far. I understand that he's playing it safe. It's obviously a very important game. But I think every single time that these armies have been flirting with each other, it feels that Reynor's army control has been a little bit better than Ryung's army control. The Thors are in the wrong mode. They are in the splash damage mode. And they're supposed to be in the high impact mode. Is that what you're telling us, Mr. Eon Blue? Are all of them? Not all of them though, right? I think only a couple of them are in splash damage. I think it's a mix. I think the Thors are split up. Few of them in splash as that center base gets taken out once more. This is the main reason why Ryung has not been able to mine of this rich Raspbian geyser that comfortably. We've got 58 banelings in the mix now too though, guys. That kind of shows to me that the Reynor means business here and he's getting pretty serious. We don't make 58 banelings unless we want to roll them into something juicy. We've got a Viper. Hey, Reynor has his Viper on follow, by the way. Do you guys see that? Even Reynor apparently sometimes runs out of hotkeys. But he clearly has the Broodlord's hotkey, the Infestors, the banelings probably. The Viper is on follow. And if he just finds it quickly, that's obviously completely fine. Oh, where's a new one? Oh, no! Reynor, no! Okay, we just lost 28 banelings and a couple of infestors. Oh. That's why I did not mind the nukes earlier from Ryung. The nukes create stress. Reynor is still thinking that he wants to take this fight. Lost a lot at the beginning of this fight. Blinding Cloud does go down. Baneling's gonna roll in. Thor spread is good. Here come the infestors though. The infestors will still land some fungals. And is this good enough in the end for Reynor? I think it is good enough. The Neuroparasite is doing its thing. The Thors are by themselves, one by one. There are a couple of Vikings in the top right. Those are very annoying. And Reynor needs a little bit of anti-air. But Reynor turns that around. It started off very scary, but it's still good enough in the end. Reynor did not get nuked on purpose, mate. I can guarantee you that nobody gets nuked on purpose. That was not bait. I will guarantee you that. Nuro parasited the Viking and landed it and killed it with the Broodlords. I missed it because I was reading chat, but yeah, that is a way to deal with a Viking if you have no anti-air. Parasitic bomb is going to land on a couple of these Vikings. Still not too much anti-air. Do we have a couple of Corruptors coming in? Reynor is just going for it. Does still need to be a little bit careful though, guys, because these Baneling armies obviously they need to get something done. We have another Neural Parasite go down on a Viking in the top left. Ryung seems pretty well set up for this fight, and Ryung still has an army. I'm a little bit concerned here, guys, that Reynor's getting over eager. The Thors are in an absolutely beautiful defensive spot, and they're getting a lot of big hits off. The Vikings are doing their thing. That was not the concave to run into. Reynor now knows that. A couple of corrosive balls landing. Vikings being very annoying, chasing down these Broodlords. We still just don't have any Corruptors. One Corruptor is out. There's one Corruptor in the mix somewhere in the middle. Trying to take out Vikings and a Raven with corrosive ball, but it's not the most reliable anti-air. Wow, Ryung takes a very big victory. That went very good for... wow, Reynor only killed one Thor and lost 14 Broodlords there. Right. I want to believe it's okay, but Reynor needs to start taking these gases in the top right. We cannot rely on the original extractors we took a long time ago. Oh, Reynor is going to go for it again. I don't know about this, man. Reynor kind of thought that he wiped out the entire army of Ryung with the Neurals there. And he took out a lot, but with that many factories, you rebuild rather quickly. Ryung took an absolutely amazing fight in his natural third. We have a couple of Corruptors going to use Caustic Spray. Going to try to take out a Planetary, but I think the Corruptor count is not quite high enough. So Ryung should be able to repair that for a long time. Unfortunately, guys, Reynor's going to lose that base on the right side and did not manage to mine any gas off it. Even the Greatest Spire apparently got picked off by the Hellbat run by or something. Tank run by. He lost the Greatest Spire. Hellbats. The Hellions that drove into the main and morphed into Hellbats. Kinda thought it was over, but apparently this game is far from over. And if anything, it's looking more scary than ever before. We do have a Great Spire. We lost one, but we have one. Raptors chasing a command center. That's so many infestors. How many ghosts do we have left? Holy smokes, that's a lot of infestors. Not sure how many ghosts we are looking at. Couple of Ravagers come in range, drop a few corrosive balls, take out a tank. A 30-minute game on Neo Humanity as we have a Hellbat drop in the top right, and Reynor is just not able to come to. No, this is risky. Reynor had enough of it. He's gonna go for it with all the Neuro Parasite. We'll take control of a couple of the Thors. Is this going to be good enough? We have infestors for days, that we know. Reynor takes out a whole bunch of Thors without losing too much. Banelings are kind of on a solo journey at this point. There are still so many fungals left, but the ghosts are coming in. We throw down a scan on the side of Ryung, and he's looking for a big EMP. Wants to land an EMP. Gets the EMP. Oh, big EMPs there for Ryung. Very big EMPs for Ryung. Couple of corrosive balls connect with the Hellbats. 31-minute game. Reynor still has plenty of energy, obviously, on the 18 freaking infestors he has, as Ryung drops another nuke. Reynor sees it. Reynor knows about it. Misses the corrosive ball, though. Squiz Gaming, mate. Not the channel. Save the wine for a different channel. Wine with your buddies on Discord. Just enjoy the games, guys. Have fun. Enjoy the competition. Enjoy the games. None of this dumb 12-year-old balance whining. Tolerated it for 10 years. But after turning 34, I just had enough of it. I've been 3-year balance whining clean ever since, and I'm going to keep it this way. At 28 Hellbats, by the way. Make it 26. Make it 26. Make it 26. 26. Roaches, Ravagers run up a ramp. Wow, somehow gets a Thor there with corrosive ball. Well, Rob, it's a 30-minute game. There's not much we can do about that. What happened with that recent nuke? Nothing. It's a nail biter. It is a nail biter. The funny thing is, though, that this game is not close to ending, because there is a whole lot of gas that has not been mined yet. Ravages so bad. I don't hate Ravages. So, right now we have basically gone back into Ghost Tank Hellbat. There is one Thor left. Kinda feels that this is a perfect moment to go back into Broodlords. Even just 5 or 6 Broodlords should absolutely keep you fine here. We still have a Great Aspire. Ryung may think that he took out the Great Aspire, but obviously there is one. He's gonna send his one Viking forward. Neural Parasite once again gonna land the Viking, and Broodlords will finish it off. No anti-air, no problem for the Italian Stallion. But we have 19 free supply. The problem is that there is no gas. Couple of EMPs land on the infestors once more, but we have so many. Eventually, I mean, this is energy for 4 ghosts and a medevac. I don't hate this, I think. I don't think I hate this. Ryung just really wants to get that base. We'll get the base, but that's still 4 ghosts and somehow the medevac lives. But I don't think that was necessarily the worst thing for Reynor. If anything, that's a trade I'm willing to make. It's because he's not like on 3 or 4 infestors, right? And if they get EMP'd, he's in serious trouble. He's got 18. So who cares if we lose energy on 6 or 7 of them? We do really need to get our hands on 2 gases. Whether it's this base on the right or it's that base in the bottom left. Reynor needs to get his hands on 2 more extractors. Oh, that's a lot of drones. The Hellions show up at a perfect moment as all the drones were clumped up, and 15 drones fall rather quickly. Do you guys think there's any gas left in those extractors at the 9 o'clock base? Because that 9 o'clock base has been under, you know, a decent amount of scrutiny throughout the game. I kind of think there is gas left there, right? Few big EMPs on the infestors. Reynor not paying attention there. He's not happy with that one. Reynor shaking his head. It feels that Reynor's gonna give up a little bit on the top right and now wants to mine from the bottom left. We don't want to fight right now, Reynor. Please be careful, mate. Please be careful. Oh, whoa, get 2 ghosts! 2 ghosts with the Ravages. We'll take that. That's not too bad. More EMPs landing though. Reynor is not really fighting, but he's sort of battling. Supply is looking very dire at the moment. More drones dying. Uh-oh. Wow. We need... there's tanks in range. We need to get those gases ASAP in the bottom left. Maybe mine the last bit of gas. It's on the base at 9 o'clock, but Reynor is in serious trouble here. Is this broke? Drone count is ultra low. We have a couple of tanks getting in range of this base at the bottom left side. And all of a sudden it feels that there are very few ways to win this game. Couple of links for a tank or 2. That's obviously very good. Now the Ravage is going to come in range. Reynor does get one more tank. Ryung just has such a big and powerful army. Still 10 ghosts. It looks pretty over. Reynor down all of a sudden 50 army supply. We have 18 infestors though, guys. Do we have 18 infestors in a dream, or do we just have 18 infestors as we try to land an EMP on the side of Ryung? Reynor is gonna have to take the best fight of his life to win this one. And it does not seem plausible. Nice corrosive bow again though. Like Reynor is getting some good pickups, but the wiggling in the chair, the shaking of the head kind of says it all. It's Neo-Humanity, it's Mech. It's late game TVZ that seems to be getting the best of Reynor once more. Our boy is not happy. 21-year-old Reynor will stay undefeated. But it seems like we're gonna kick this one off with a draw. Matches are live with a tiny delay. Reynor's gonna go for the Hail Mary attack here, guys, with the infestors, but he knows there is absolutely no way he's gonna break it. GG gets called. Ryung gets a point on the board after a 38-minute game on Neo-Humanity. GG. Okay, that means we're all tied up. Thank you, Pi, for gifting a subby. Yeah, now we need Trigger, guys, to take a map of Maru. It is that simple. The winning outcome of this prediction was a draw. It's Trigger versus Maru. Best of 2. Give you guys 10 minutes, but we may close this one early. So, for everyone who joined later, obviously we had a lot of people joining during that very long game. We are playing for seeding into the playoffs, either guaranteed top 2 or guaranteed top 3. This is regular season, but it's very simple. We need to win without an ace match. If this game goes to an ace match, we will always finish a second. So, it doesn't really matter who wins the clan war. We need to win it without going to an ace match. If Maru 2-0's Trigger, best case scenario is ace match, which is not a good scenario. We need our Canadian boy to come through once more in a big way, like he did against the Shopify Rebellion. Against the Shopify Rebellion, we had our man Trigger 2-0 beyond. We need a draw. I believe in a draw. Big moment for our young Canadian. Seems that a bunch of people have found a way to my channel. Has Serral played yet? No. Exclamation mark B, guys, for the bracket. This is the second match. But if Maru wins this 2-0, the Serral game doesn't really matter. At that point, it's all over. We need a Trigger to win a map here. It is that simple. You believe in a 2-0 for Trigger? 2-0 is hard. I believe in it. I believe in a map. Man, all these first-time chatters, guys. They're why is it always that the first message is one that Makes your blood boil almost immediately. 2-0 easy. Sorry, just being honest. We'll see about that. Bet the house then, guys. Come on, show me how confident you guys are in this 2-0 for Maru. Bet the house. 250,000 channel points on Maru over and over again. I want to see it. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty warm summer in the Netherlands at the moment. But the first time chatters often display room temperature IQ. And that's good news for you guys. It's like 25, 26 degrees. So I do appreciate and welcome all of the new first time chatters here. Top left side, guys, representing Onsyde Gaming. It is Maru. Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of the man who now has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Basilisk Trigger. We need a map in this best of 2 for the last series to matter and for potential whatever to matter. Trigger got a haircut. Ugh, he saw Roddy get a haircut. He says, I'm gonna get a haircut too. Baby Marine is predicting gas first into 2 heli and 4 Widow Mine, calling it. I just wonder what Trigger is going to do. We know that Trigger's most comfortable way to play PvT is 2 gate, blink, 3 bases, robo, take the game from there. Maru casually drinking water 1 minute into the game. Showing you guys that APM spam in the beginning of the game is absolutely not necessary. I'm predicting a probe scout by Trigger. These are some really hot takes in the chat, guys. Hope he builds 42 Colossus. I mean, Trigger was watching Goblin yesterday against Beyond. He saw the power of the 10 range Colossus. Trigger and Goblin are good friends. Let's just open up save. Let's pull a Strange, guys. Do you guys remember the Strange? 2 base, 4 gas, double forge. Quick Colossus, take the game from there. I think I like that. No, let's just turtle on 2 base. Double forge, go into a couple Colossus quickly. Push me now, Maru. The Goblin laugh will definitely forever be synonymous in my head with the 10 range Colossus. The timing of Goblin chuckling was just perfect. It was like he was listening to us. That's the man who just built some Colossus with 10 range. And that's when the smile broke through. Yeah, that's going to be one of my favorite clips of the year. Alright, we've got the Twilight Council going down after the 1 gate fast expand for our boy from Canada. That is what I expected. Maru is working on a reactor. High ground CC. Maru is afraid. He doesn't have the confidence. So Baby Marine's prediction is already out of the window. Baby Marine was talking about 2 Hellions. I don't see those 2 Hellions. You were wrong, I know. Being a commentator ain't all that easy, my young friend. It's not all that easy. Second gateway and the Robo has been warped in. Don't know if the Reaper got any kills. Nope, Reaper got no kill. Stalker Bam says 1 shot.
1 shot. 1 kill.
Kill the Reaper. High ground CC. Didn't lose a probe. I've actually never seen a Protoss lose from this position. You know, yesterday you guys were giving me a hard time for saying that the 3 rows opening was good. Trigger is so far ahead right now. I can't even put it in words. I can't emphasize how far Trigger is ahead. I wouldn't even be surprised if Maru leaves this game in the next minute. He's dead. Maru is dead. Alright, Maru's going for a triple mine drop. Very, very important for Trigger to obviously keep track of this medevac. He's scouting with the adept. Maybe word. Okay, medevac is going to reveal itself in the middle of the 3 bases. Come on, Trigger, see it. Alright, this is so nice. Boost just ran out. Trigger gets Stalkers in the right position. Okay, we may not have Blink yet. Okay, Maru's still going to go for the main, but there are Stalkers here as well. Let's not lose all of our probes, please. Risky, 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 risky. Lost 1 probe so far. 2 Widow Mines fired. We lost 1 probe. Maru with the on-burrow wants to save the other mines, and he does. 3 mines fired. Trigger lost 1 probe. That's my goat right there. Go to defense. Sure, a little bit of lost mining time. Unfortunately, we did not kill the medevac, and I think that would have been sweet. 3 mines, 1 probe. My goat. Maru sending out a Raven now too. I see a Robo Bay, baby. Do you guys know what comes out of a Robo Bay? Extended thermal lens, 10 range Colossus. I feel like we are right now 6 minutes away from people complaining. I can't believe we're playing with 10 range Colossus. Even Trigger could take a map of Maru. 6 minutes, guys. 6 minutes. Put it on your phone. We're 6 minutes away from people moaning and crying in the chat. I can't wait, baby. Auto turret going down. He's gonna grab 2 probes. I mean, I love Trigger. I think Trigger is very good, and Trigger has shown us that he's very good. Okay, Maru is gonna try again. Blink is obviously ready. Maru's... Oh, Trigger's not paying attention. Trigger is not paying attention. This one is going to hurt. That one definitely did hurt. Maru finds 8 extra workers. Good job there by Maru, obviously. Active with the Raven in the natural, dropping a couple other turrets. The thing is, though, like this was painful. This was very good for Maru. But it's a lot worse when it happens earlier. Like right now, we're already on 3 bases. We're 3.5 minutes into the game. Can we at least snipe that medevac? Trigger sees the tanks. Medevac gets picked off. Like that was a very good winner mine drop. Don't, I'm not gonna pretend it wasn't. Oh, Raven, by the way, guys. Raven. If he sniped that Raven, blinks forward. Observer did die, but he snipes the Raven too. So Trigger gets the medevac and gets the Raven. 10 worker lead. Maru's pushing out. Extended thermal lens, 75% done. Guiding is good. Guiding is good. We will not have Zealot charge. But we don't have a Raven to worry about. It's scary. Big moment here, guys, in this game. 2 base Maru. Sieging up far away. Trigger gets 1 or 2 shots off. You have charge already? Yes, we do have charge. Okay. Alright. Battery overcharge early. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Don't hate the early overcharge here. Get a couple shots off. There are Zealots, guys. More Zealots making a detour. Our Canadian boys trying to keep the hopes and dreams alive here for Basilisk. Battery overcharge is now ran out. A lot of Zealots are going to come in from the top left. Big moment, guys. Big moment. Okay, they're kind of fighting reinforcements in the middle of nowhere. Trigger chilling. Now, obviously, our Nexus. I want to see those Zealots come back, though. I want to see them come back. We need to save our Nexus. This is it. Guardian Shield. Zealots. Nice Marine positioning by Maru. Gotta give him kudos. Nice target fire. But here come the Zealots from the back. Can our Colossus reign supreme? Can they roast and toast some Marines? 1 Colossus does fall, but Maru's pooch gets wiped out. But obviously, Maru is Maru, and we cannot count him out just yet. We cannot count him out just yet. Okay, careful, Trigger. Let's not get over eager, mate. It's 3 bases against 2. Easy, Tiger. Easy. Easy. Trigger goes up to 4 bases as Maru drops a 3rd. Great hold by Trigger. Great army movement. Love that early overcharge. I really thought it was a solid choice just to soften up the Terran army a little bit. Pick up some reinforcements, then bring the units back. Our boy is showing us once more why we hype him up. Will you drink vodka if Trigger win Maru? No. But I may have another Viper. We're not there yet, guys. This is still Maru. I don't know if there is anyone in the history of StarCraft 2 that has made more magical comebacks than Maru. So we're not gonna call this game over, but it's looking good for our Canadian Protoss. Yeah, the Raven snipe was big, but even that medevac snipe is big. It all adds up. I'm just taking a look. forgot to check some chat histories there. It is looking very promising. All of that was good, but I think we have learned many times throughout the history of StarCraft 2 to never celebrate too early. And obviously, guys, this is a biased broadcast. I am a Basilisk member. I am not an official caster of the WTL. I don't get paid to ever cover WTL, so I can act however I want on my channel. I am the biased commentator here. I do believe there are some other commentators that will be neutral, but I am biased. I am cheering, obviously, for my teammates. For the few people who are confused about this. Game has stabilized a little after that exciting moment of the 2-base push of Maru. Maru is just digging himself in. Trigger not really slowed down right. Double Forge, double Robo, going up to 5 bases. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with a home team commentator, but if some people are not aware of it, if they just think that I am the commentator for the WTL and I get paid to be here or something, then maybe they can get triggered by the fact that I'm biased, but just want to repeat myself sometimes to make sure that everyone knows what's happening here. But obviously, we're always going to be respectful and loving to our opponents. I hope that goes without saying. But I am cheering for our boys. That's just the way it is. +2 attack is about to finish up for Trigger, as +1 armor is about to finish up as well. We've got a Dark Shrine on the way. I do wish, though, guys, that after we smack that 2-base push, that we had like a War Prism or a Pylon on the other side of the map. And then we can just keep on trading, get favorable trades, get further ahead. Now I'm kind of concerned because now we're letting Maru be Maru. And I can't really think of many things that are scarier on this planet than Maru doing Maru things. Too few Colossus. Yeah, I wouldn't hate a few more. Let's put that range to use, baby. Yeah. Scan goes down, Observer gets picked off. Okay, we're gonna try to get lucky with some disruptors. Maru even saving a bit of money. Let's get that sensor tower then! Exclamation mark, perfect. How many gates are we currently working with, guys? Do you guys have any idea? It seems that Trigger's moment is going to be when Maru tries to spread himself thin across 4 bases. But Maru is obviously an experienced player, and he knows that is a Nathaniel's main base if I've ever seen a Nathaniel's main base, by the way. Trigger is waiting right now. Trigger waits until Maru wants to get 4 bases. Oh, hello? No, can we not? Chad Minigun Jones making an appearance here. That's a reference copy pasta for the very old school StarCraft 2 viewers. Not sure if any of you guys get that, but we have a scan going down. This is Trigger's moment, obviously. Trigger wanted to deny Maru from going up to 4 bases. He knows that there is slightly more wiggle room right now, either in the center or here in the bottom left, but Maru is already morphing that thing into a PF. The EMPs have landed. Another EMP lands. A couple of EMPs miss. This is where Trigger wants to make some magic happen. He knows a lot of the forces of Maru have moved towards the bottom left. We're gonna go for that bunk and now take out that sensor tower too. Give me that sensor tower. Yes, baby. Trigger knows. That's how I trained him when he was in the Netherlands. Every single morning that he woke up, I was like, Trigger, what did we kill first in the run by? He's like, the bunk? I was like, no! Sensor tower. I was like, yeah, that's right, my boy. Couple of Novas flying forward. One Nova connects with a couple of ghosts. Colossus do get wrecked though by Vikings and tanks. But Chaos is good because Trigger is rich. The more Chaos there is, the more that the floodgates open up, the more likely it is that we can get some value out of that big bank. Scan, Observer dies. Oh, Nova connects as well. That's a lot of DTs, baby. Do you guys know the story about the invisible guy with a sword? There were 12 of them. They went on a mission. They found a planetary fortress. +3 finishes up for the swords. Couple of tanks, couple of liberators. No missile turret though. Here is the blink, here is the swipe. And Maru is going back to 3 bases. Now we don't want to lose 12 DTs. Because DT is pretty expensive, so it's 9 SCVs and a planetary. Maru has now learned his lesson. He's gonna get a missile turret. Sniping the War Prism there is a big pickup for Maru. Trigger is gonna have a difficult game here, guys. Maru going ultimate turtle mode. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. That's a lot of DTs running into the Terran meat grinder. Maru's so good. I don't know about Tempest. Do we really want to play Tempest against Maru, guys? Do we really want to play Tempest against Maru? I mean, we may be forced, right? We may have to. Eon Blue says we do. Alright. If Eon Blue is on board with the Tempest transition, I'm on board with it. Don't get me wrong. It makes sense. It's good against the units that Maru currently has, but it's just... I hate Tempest because it's unlike many other Protoss units. It actually requires a lot of skill. I feel like it's way better to just rely on some carriers and disrupt this baby. Fire and Nova. Let the interceptors do their thing. Trigger did have some practice the other day against Vindicta. We casted this game yesterday of Trigger versus Vindicta on Grass 1. Now, in that game, Trigger was even way further ahead than he currently is. And I have the feeling that Vindicta was a tiny bit off, as Maru is the one now finding some damage on the other side of the map. Snipes the pylon, wants to go for a Nexus. Wants to go for 2 Nexus at the same time. We cannot let him have 2 Nexi. Maru gets the first one rather easily, and he's actually going to get the second one too. That's unbelievable. A single little move out of 5 medevacs with some Marines and Marauders, and Maru gets 2 bases and doesn't even really pay a very hefty price for it. Great army movement by Maru. Good news is that Trigger still has plenty of income, is still pretty rich. So that does not cripple us. But it does feel like Maru is doing Maru thing, eh? What was the first matchup? Reynor versus Ryung. Reynor versus Ryung was the first matchup. Alright. We've got a complicated Protoss army here. A couple of Novas fly forward. Trigger gets a tank. You love to see it. First Tempest are here, +1 air weapons is on the way. We have a couple of Zealots storming into a mineral line. A tank falls and maybe a few SCVs. That's about it. Maru making a transition into some Thors too. Kind of feels that. Like 1 Nova, guys. I feel 1 Nova on those 6 ghosts. If Maru could just show us that he's human and he can make a mistake and lose 6 ghosts to a Nova, that would be lovely. That would be simply lovely. This will probably be on US West. I think the first game is on US West. The second game would be on US Central, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Maru showed us humanities in February. That's true. Maru did display a lot of human emotions when playing against Oliveira. Man, what is this Clan War? This Clan War is delivering so far, eh, guys? We haven't had a single bad game yet. All of these games are tense and exciting and hard to call. Vaughn says, I think we're in trouble now. I don't think we're in trouble yet. Trigger is going full Neep here, and I love it. One of the things that really set Neep apart from all the other foreign Protosses is just building a line of cannons and batteries in the center of the map. I think it's a great play, makes your life a lot easier. Like, Trigger is in the driver's seat, guys. If this wasn't Trigger against Maru, all of you guys would say that the Terran is probably dead, semi-dead, and this is not going anywhere. It's just because he's Maru and we know how dangerous he is and how good he is that we don't think this game is over yet. And because it's Maru, it's not over yet. Because it's absolutely not, but... Unless the Terran is not going to be Trigger from this spot, I'll guarantee you guys that. Always go full Neep. Oh yeah. Do we have the Tempest upgrade, by the way, guys? Tectonic destabilizes. Do we have it? I feel like we don't have it. I kind of like to have it. A Tempest dies there. Maru somehow keeps every single Tectonic, whatever, mate. It's the same magnet. Maru is going to try to get some work done again with a double or triple squad of bio units, but this time around Trigger's ready for it. Drops the storm, has a couple stalkers and a disruptor nearby. There we go, there's our Tempest upgrade. Honestly, I kind of like it. Big moment for our young Canadian. 20 minutes in, entering the late game. Against one of the best to ever touch this beautiful video game. And Maru is finding some good pickups now, and this is why I fear Tempest. And Trigger showing little movement there, and he's going for carriers now. My man, my goat. I like carriers. I don't think we need to give up on the Tempest. I think Tempests are fine here. We just need more of them. And we need to protect them well. I don't think the Tempests are a wrong unit. It's just that we need to match Maru step by step. Maru is dropping a nuke. I hope we know about that nuke. We sent a Nova, we miss. Uh-oh. It's okay. Tempests are very bad units in a straight up fight, yes. If Vikings stand here, Tempests stand here, they shoot at each other, yeah, Tempests are bad. Tempests are not bad if they're protected by cannons, batteries, High Templars, Blink Stalkers, and Disruptors. That's where Tempests can shine. And that's what every pro gamer will tell you. But yeah, if Tempests are just forced to fight, of course they're straight up terrible. They would be very imbalanced otherwise, right? Imagine if they have that ray. Oh, that's the Nova, Trigger. That's the Nova. That is the one, mate. 7 goals go down to a single Purification Nova. We've been looking for it for a long time. And our boy gets it. Please kill that ghost. Okay, more Novas. Maru wanted to land that nuke. Maru's getting triggered. Maru seemed very unhappy about that. Really wanted to land that nuke and now ran in range of more Novas. Trigger getting some excellent trades here, guys, in the last minute of this game. That's for sure. Now we have a few Interceptors in the mix as well. Vikings are going to be derpy. We have an Archon being healed up by 17 batteries. Tempest doing their thing. There's maybe something happening in the top right. Doesn't matter. Thor gets picked up by Maru. Ooh, cute play, Maru. Kudos, mate. That one tank is being annoying. What a fight here, guys. What a game and what a fight between these two. We have Liberators and tanks and Thors and Medevacs duking it out with a lot of Protoss units backed up by a crazy amount of batteries. Trigger is going to sneak out another Tempest. Trigger has money for days. He can build a crazy amount of Zealots. And looking at this army, this is definitely the kind of army where you're like, man, if we fight and I show up with 30 Zealots, I like it. Good Storm there as well in the Medevacs. Nothing wrong with that. It is indeed already a great showing. But if we get this close, we want more. And I feel Trigger really deserves the dub here. For all the haters, for all the doubters. For everyone who said it was going to be an easy 2-0. I think that prediction is already wrong. I think we can all agree that no matter what happens here, this was not an easy 2-0. Perhaps we can eventually give up on this base if Maru is gonna be too fortified here. But at the moment, Trigger, I think, is still kind of happy with where he's at. He's got, like, damn it, what a storm, guys, on the Vikings. But nice blink there as well, just in case the Vikings would chase. Another nuke is gonna land here in the middle of all the pylons and batteries and cannons. Trigger could always give... Oh, careful with your Disruptors. There's a nuke, mate. There's a nuke. There's a nuke. Do we know that? I think we know that. Nova flies forward, couple tanks getting picked off. Obviously, Maru losing tanks is kind of annoying for him. Maru's army is becoming absolutely terrifying, though. As Trigger is derping a little bit there. Now our Tempests are very exposed. Our carriers are exposed. I don't understand what our army was doing here. What on earth was this army doing here? Well, that's okay. Let's just give up on it. Now we're going to make some Zealots. We can obviously remax for days. Maybe we can A-move Zealots and Stalkers into that bottom side base. Maru doing Maru things, guys. Not really sure why Trigger's army was there, but it was. Doesn't matter. Low HP Immortal dies. Alright, now Trigger is gonna try to get some value out of the fact that Maru's army is somewhat immobile. Maru's ghost count is crazy high, though. Can we land a storm? No, we cannot. Alright, I think now, for the first time in like over 15 minutes, we can say it's looking pretty good for Maru. Trigger does still have a lot of bases, a lot of money. Still plenty of ways to win this game. But we can truly say that Maru has stabilized as a rich Terran. Couple Stalkers here going for a crazy blink. They get a Liberator or two. I mean, it's okay to be reckless if you're rich, but Obviously, we don't want to get overly reckless. Poor probe, guys. Oh, that probe is a hero. And we can fight this, right? With a couple zealots and stalkers. Come on. I don't like all of our spellcasters being together. That feels kind of risky. Alright. Well, we're breaking. Obviously, trading out zealots and stalkers for expensive mech units, not a bad thing. We need a few observers to make sure that we don't lose track of all these cloaked ghosts. Ghosts are coming in. Disruptors are safe on the high ground. Carriers coming in as well. Look at Tempest, by the way, against buildings. Okay. Maru has a big army. Trigger should fight in the top left, man. There's so much supply of Maru here at the bottom side of the map. Come on, Trigger. Your army in the top side has to be better than what Maru is working with there. There's no way that Maru can have that many units at the bottom and still be safe here at the top. We've got some +2 carriers, right? Yep, +2 carriers deploying their interceptors. Let's snipe some ghosts then. I don't see an observer. Uh-oh. I don't see an ops. Maru doesn't see an ops. We're gonna land a zoning storm, another zoning storm, another zoning storm. Can we land more zoning storms? We are storming every single ghost. Can you believe what we've just saw? I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire history of StarCraft 2. All the cloaked ghosts getting stormed into oblivion. The carriers do die though, but at the same time all the Vikings die as well. And you know what? I'll take this trade. With the bank that we have, I'll take that trade. They were supposed to be zoning storms, but yeah, they ended up as super deadly storms. I did not expect Maru to run to 12 storms. They were absolutely zoning storms, mate, but... Planetary Fortress dies. There's one more PF there, but that's pretty far away from the refineries and the mineral patches. Wow. We all live in the yellow submarine. Maru lands a couple mules in the bottom side of the map. More carriers in trouble. Can stalkers blink forward? Alright, maybe we can do something about this base in the bottom side. That's a lot of mules, guys. That's a lot of mules. Maru did not agree with the fact that those were zoning storms, but I thought they were. Yeah, Maru's Jesus. Maru right now is mining 100 marines per minute. Cool. Cool. It's okay though, we have 10 ranged Colossus, guys. Who gives a damn? Let's see if we can keep on trading. What about some +3 air weapons, by the way? Please tell me that that's on the way. Come on, Trigger. Trigger feels that maybe this is the moment to go for it. Liberators are looking in the wrong angle. Can we land a nice Purification Nova? The first two are a bit short, but at least the Liberators are getting picked off. So that's a couple of expensive units falling on the side of Maru. Supplies that even at the moment. Fighting near PF, always scary. Tank goes down. Maru wants to maybe chase his army, but there is splash damage for days. Kudos to Maru though. Every single time you think he's hurt, you think he's in trouble. He's just back in it, eh? Yeah, obviously he dropped 10 mules, but it's not just the mules. Maru is just an amazing player. I think he's gonna nuke some of his own Liberators or Vikings here. Maru wants to... Okay. Man, whenever I compliment someone, they just fall apart immediately. Whether it's F1 or StarCraft, I love it. Maru's so good, guys. He is so damn good. Show me how good you are, Maru. Come on, Maru. Maru will never lose multiple ghosts to a single Purification Nova. These armies are dangerously close to each other. Carriers doing their thing. That is a nice Nova. That does connect with a couple of Marauders and Ghosts. Vikings doing their thing. Can the Archon get one hit off? No, the Archon cannot get a hit off. Another Nova flies forward. Trigger doing whatever the hell he can to save a couple of these units. But Maru does take a pretty good fight. Trigger is not out of problems yet. +3 air weapons finishes up now right after we lose every single carrier. Nova flies forward. It misses. Maru with an absolutely amazing fight starting on his side of the map, and he is not done yet. Trigger losing every single expensive Stargate unit. Is that the Nova that we need? Yes, that is a Nova that we need. Oh my goodness, what is happening? We're going to wipe in 1 million Zealots by the looks of it. I don't know. Can we hold? Can we hold, guys? Can we hold? Vikings haven't landed yet, and because the Vikings haven't landed yet, I think we can hold. I don't know what that nuke is all about, Maru. That was scary. That was scary, but now I want to say it's okay. Trigger, though, might want to take it easy with the chase. Let's not lose our Disruptors and Stalkers. Those units go... Oh, we land a Nova, but Maru lives the Vikings. What a game! The Zealots win the fight on the ground, but Maru does lift all of his Vikings once more to avoid that Purification Nova. A 31-minute game here between Maru and Trigger. That's just so epically back and forth. We're going to go for it again. Disruptor coming in from the back. Not quite firing yet. It's Zealots and Stalkers, but landed Vikings are fucking good. Trigger, no, Trigger. Don't give up, mate. Don't give up. You're fine. You're fine. You've got money. You've got gas. You've got money. He's down to 0 observers, 11 Stalkers. Trigger just made that expression that people make when they give up. I don't want to see him give up. I don't want to see him give up. It's looking grim right now, but we've got DTs on the bottom side of the map, and those DTs are going to absolutely wreck that planetary fortress. We still have money to wipe in 25 Zealots, my friend, and 25 Zealots pack a punch. Maru is going to try to make his way through all these cannons a little... not bad, right? Every single Nova that gets a ghost is fine, gets a Viking there too. Money in the bank for 30 Zealots. That is a terrifying Terran army, my goodness. I believe this is when the Germans say Meine Fresse. The economy of Trigger is now absolutely in shambles. Obviously, Maru's economy maybe not that great anymore either. Some are still 3k. Can we pick up a couple of these expensive units? Can we pick up a Liberator or two? I'll take that. DT's coming in from the left. Liberator's getting picked up by Stalkers. Marauders, oh my god, everything gets picked up. Maru, I think, overestimated the strength of that army there a little bit. Trigger gets an excellent fight. Is going to lose a couple probes here, though. What a game, man. What is this game? What is this game? Okay. A mothership? What the hell? No, we're killing our own Stalkers by trying to kill a ghost. Why do we have a mothership? What the hell is even that? Who's on the lead? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, we got the ghost. We lost a couple Stalkers. Mate, Trigger lost 70,000 resources in this game. Maru, 51. 51,000 resources lost on the side of Maru. 70,000 on the side of Trigger. I don't think anybody has this yet. It really just comes down to who gets better fights. Trigger definitely is nowhere near as rich as he once upon a time was. That is very important to keep in mind. Even just losing a whole bunch. I don't like that we lost a couple Stalkers there. I know it's a crazy game, hectic game, stressful game. But we lost a lot of Stalkers there to a planetary fortress. Jeez Louise, guys. This is only regular season, by the way. Keep that in mind. This is regular season. There is a good chance that we get these teams against each other once more in the playoffs. Zealots and DTs are going to try to get on top of the PF at the bottom side of the map. Trigger here with an army that we really cannot lose. Let that much be certain. Maru looks at it and he wants to corner it. Trigger, can we recall, mate? We might have to recall. If we lose this army, we lose the game. And it seems like we are going to lose this army. The Stalkers get surrounded. The Vikings are going to land on top of the Stalkers and the Disruptors. And Trigger drops another 40 supply. Maru cornered it. Maru gets an amazing fight there. Trigger has a couple of High Templars coming in, but the EMPs land. Battery overcharge gets activated. Disruptors get picked off. Oh. An epic game. A very back and forth game. Is there one last opportunity for Trigger to take an amazing fight? We just lost a very expensive army. I don't really think so. I don't know what the hell this mothership is doing. It's the craziest mothership that I've ever seen. This mothership was so weird that even Lambo didn't like it. And we know how much that boy loves motherships. It's over, guys. Maru has done it again. Maru is doing Maru things over here. 35-minute game on Grass 1. The 2-base push completely failed. But somehow, someway, our Korean Terran, one of the best to ever do it, turns it around. GG gets called. Maru takes the 1-0 lead in this best of 2. What a game. What a game. What a best of 2. GG. Maru wins, but anyone who said it was going to be an easy 2-0 for Maru is already wrong. I think we can agree on that. No matter what happens in this second game, this one was not easy. That means though, guys, that our next game is a must-win game for Trigger. If Trigger does not win the next game, The rest of this clan war, unfortunately, is kind of irrelevant. It does not matter anymore. We can win by ace match, but that doesn't change a thing. Trigger must win game 2. Matchups are blind, yes. What's the win condition here for Trigger? I think Trigger had many moments. I think he was doing good at one point with the Tempest, but transitioned into Carriers. Had a couple of great fights. Obviously took a big fight on Maru's side of the map 10 seconds before +3 air weapons kicked in. Then he just tried to send it home. Like, we took a couple atrocious fights, and that's just the way it is, right? Maru, being able to capitalize on it, taking amazing fights. Could you explain why it wouldn't matter? If Maru takes the 3-1 lead here, the worst case scenario for Onsyde is losing by ace match. And if they lose by ace match, they still finish above us in the regular season. So this is a must-win game. Trigger needs to win this game here on Ancient, or the Serral Solo Series, doesn't matter. And a potential ace match, it does not matter. Maru wins here, they win the regular season, we will finish second. But then of course, we'll meet each other, hopefully again, in the playoffs. That game didn't look like a 92 versus 63 at all. No, it didn't. It's obviously... what I am a bit worried about though, guys, and this is something that we've seen quite often in the past, is that if as an underdog you get so close that you can almost taste the win, you can smell the win, you don't get it, it's really hard to charge yourself up and do it all over again. Mentally, that's one of the most difficult things. As Maru is sending out one of the boys. Alright guys, here we go. It's do or die, everything or nothing. Top right side, Basilisk Trigger. Bottom left side, just our guy, showing us once more why he is one of the very best to ever do it. Onsyde Gaming's Maru. He's opening up with a Proxy Rex. Now, OT4 out, we are already in the playoffs, mate. We are the 2 highest ranked teams in the regular season. Of course we're in the playoffs. We are playing for seeding into the playoffs, which does matter. If Maru wins this game, Onsyde Gaming guarantees themselves top 2 in the playoffs. If we lose, we are guaranteed top 3 already, but obviously being guaranteed top 2 is better than being guaranteed top 3. It's not just seeding, it's literally a round with your tournament live on the line. It's guaranteed money, guaranteed advantage as well. For instance, the loser of this clan war, or whoever does not get the result they're aiming for, could run into Dragon Onsyde Gaming in the playoffs. So then you have to play with your tournament live on the line against guys like Dark and Hero and Oliveira, while the other team will just sit back and wait and see who wins between those 2 teams. So it definitely does matter. This is a best of 7 clan war. But between Maru and Trigger, it's a best of 2. We're in the second game. It's a must-win game for Trigger. Trigger does not win here. The rest of the clan war does not matter. We are going to see that bunker go up, but there's not too much we can do about it at the moment. The Reaper very casually hops into the main base. Then I don't really understand this Sim City. Maru already grabbing a double kill. Reaper fires at the pylon, but... well, at least we can build a battery on the low ground, right? And we'll take it from there. We have a battery. 2 probes. Okay, please keep track of the Reaper's Trigger. Move Stalker back into the main base, mate. Okay, that's fine. Not a bad start. Is this an armory opening, maybe, for Maru? Is there a world, guys, where Maru opens up with an armory here and he goes for the permanently cloaked Widow Mines? I mean, OT4 out, mate, then you're just deaf, amigo, because I have literally explained it 300,000 times. And I never said it's bad to be guaranteed top 2, but obviously it's better to be guaranteed top 2. Waiting for the medevac to come out. Waiting for the Widow Mine to finish up. Trigger is obviously going to be the one with a much quicker expand here. Oh my god, mate. You're actually hurting me right now. Your comments are so incredibly silly that they're literally hurting me. Stop hurting me, okay? I didn't hurt you. Stop hurting me. We've got a medevac with 3 Widow Mines flying to the other side of the map. Let's see. Last game, the first 3 mines fired and only a single probe went down. This time around, the boost works out a little bit better for Maru. Trigger knows about it. It's going to pull the probes away immediately. There's still 1 more Widow Mine in the main base. Trigger, there's 1 more Widow Mine in the main base. Yeah, that's not good. 10 probes go down to the first Widow Mine attempt by Maru. Maru unloading the 2 Widow Mines into the natural. 3rd one into the main base. 10 probes. That is... Yeah, exactly. What Trigger just did there, his facial expression, that's what it is. Like, As I said, guys, I've seen this for a very, very long time. In Warcraft 3, in StarCraft 2, and maybe even in Heroes of the Storm. Well, not Heroes of the Storm. In Heroes of New Earth a little. When there is a very big underdog who has an absolutely amazing performance in the first game and is so close to winning, pretty much has the game, knows that he pretty much has the game, gives it his all, and then he comes up short, it's really hard to repeat that in the second game. Like, I actually think the second game would have been very exciting if Trigger is buzzing, if he's happy, if he's feeling it, if he's got the momentum of the 1-0 lead. Then I think that the second game would have been very exciting, but I think it's just very hard for youngsters, upcoming players, to be so close, play so well, come up short, and to then repeat that performance immediately. But well, we're not going to count our boy out just yet. Maru made an amazing comeback in game 1. We're going to see if Trigger can do the same here in game 2. I am okay, hey. We forced Maru to use 2 auto turrets instead of 1 to kill our observer. That's a victory, guys. The tiniest of W. Size 4 in Microsoft Word, but that's a little W. We have Charge on the way, Colossus on the way. No extended thermal lens yet. We'll keep an eye on that. No spoilers, Lino. I'm 15 years old and I will be all these guys soon. They're getting old. Some of the top players are getting old, mate, but you're not the only good 15-year-old out there. Maru has picked off a observer, so he feels it's safe to go for a double drop here. Does not go for an early move out. All the stalkers are chilling, waiting for this move out. 30C has been planted down inside of the main base. I hope that Trigger immediately realizes right now that something is missing, right? He's probably worried about what I also like to call the cuckoo. Cuckoo has a lot of trademark moves. And that is that 2 medevacs floated out and unloaded the bio somewhere, and they stim in on the back to flank the blink stalkers that are trying to kite. That is not what's happening. What is happening though is a drop into the main base. We don't have energy for a recall. Maybe we do. At least we have nice timing on the Colossus popping. But there is potential for extended thermal lens. We need to keep our Colossus safe. We cannot lose it. We cannot lose it. Oh, we're gonna lose the Robo. Oh, that's very bad too. I'll be honest, guys. I really don't think this is it. Zealots though doing alright in the bottom side of the map. Widow Mine still getting some good shots there. Nice crisis management by Maru. Nice extended, nice battery overcharge. Trigger actually killed all the Marines there. Kept the Colossus alive. Okay. Okay. Can we get one of those Widow Mines maybe? That would obviously be nice. Gets one. Gets the second one too. Okay. We're 3 base Protoss. And that was not because of extended thermal lens, by the way, guys. It wasn't even done yet, okay? That was the old school Colossus. That had nothing to do with 10 range Colossus. That was a Colossus without extended thermal lens. That went literally as good as I ever thought it was gonna go. I'm not lying. I was afraid that was game ending. But Trigger did very well there. There's a blink, snipes another Widow Mine. Can the Zealots get something done here? Trigger says, you know what, F it. I'm just gonna go ahead and be a little bit reckless and see what I can get done. Gets a tank, gets 2 SCVs. There is life in the young dog yet. Maybe Trigger feels that he showed Maru too much respect in that previous game. When he ever thought he was ahead, Widow Mine fires at the tank actually, so that kind of worked out well too. Does need to be careful here though, guys. Trigger is down 2 upgrades. Maybe that's why he's being this aggressive. Trigger's down 2 upgrades. Really wants to make some magic happen. Maru's probably surprised. Why the hell why do you keep attacking me? Stalkers do get that final shot off, by the way. But now the Marauders are on the mission. The Marauders steam forward and they snipe one of our Colossus. And that is bad news. Trigger was probably way more aggressive than he ever planned to be because he has no forge. He has taken some damage. Wondering if there's a world where we maybe could have transitioned. Colossus Guiding doing its thing, still doing its thing. Look at that boy run, the Raven. Oh, Maru, no. Maru wants to, oh my goodness. Ah, get out of here. That's a $10 penalty for Maru. No one is allowed to kill a Colossus like that. That's a $10 penalty in automatic playoffs for us, okay? Hey. Unsportsmanlike conduct is what I call that. Maru gets the drive-through penalty. Black and white flag. Alright guys, that's it. GG. That is it. GG. Trigger is forced to tap out. Maru does what he needed to do here coming into this series. He gets the 2-0. But I still think that was a very, very good showing by our man from Canada. He played excellent. We are obviously still going to watch Solar against Serral. The sad news is though, guys, that it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. We are going to do our best. I will give you guys a nil prediction. But at this point, the order is set. Basilisk will finish second in the regular season. Onsyde Gaming finishes first. Super entertaining Clan Wars so far, though. And hey, there is a chance we're going to do this all over again in the playoffs, guys. And if this is just a little sneak peek, well, then we've got a lot to be very hopeful of. In the end, it is a Maru victory. I'm sorry to all the guys that believed in the Roddy draw prediction. But we were close, guys. We were close. We went for it. We pretty much had it. Serral versus Solar. I'm going to take a tiny break. It is what it is. It was still amazing. I loved it. We're having fun. And we're still going to watch some Serral Solar. I'll give you guys 10 minutes for the prediction. I'll take a tiny break. There is a small chance, yeah, that if Serral wins this 2-0, that I will play in the ace match. Because it does not matter. So, if they want to settle it in an ace match with me, I'm down for it. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We all know that the great Jonas Sotala has never loaded into a game of StarCraft 2 that he doesn't want to win. So, here we go. Our final best of 2. Our final round. We will always start in the semi-finals, in the playoffs. That will not change anymore. But we're still going to enjoy this best of 3. Between Basilisk Serral in the top left side of Dragon Skill, spawning in the red. And obviously in the blue, we've got our super friendly Korean Protoss. Representing Onsyde, it is Solar. If Serral wins 2-0 here, you guys will probably see this man as the ace. To be fair, there's a regular season MVP award. I'm pretty certain we can already give that to Yona. Yona looks absolutely thrilled about this ZVZ, by the way. If Serral would lose 2-0, then Maru would get MVP. Okay. I did not really keep track of that. Obviously, we don't need to tell Serral these things or motivate Serral, because as I said in the beginning of this game, Serral has never loaded into a game of StarCraft 2 with people watching that he did not want to win. Serral is a true and true professional. He knows what's up. He's going to do his best here. Oh man, what a clan war this was so far. What a clan war this was. For everybody who's like, man, this is really cool, I want to watch more. Playoff weekend is going to be around the 11th, 12th and 13th of August. Unfortunately, I cannot cover the first 2 days of the playoffs because it's literally at the same time as the Muslims' wedding. But I will be here for the Sunday, and Basilisk will not play before Sunday. So obviously, when we are in the playoffs and Basilisk is playing, I'll be here. I'll be covering the games. But I'm a bit bummed out that I cannot show the first 2 days. But yeah, it is what it is. Who do I think will win this series? Obviously, our boy Yona. I pretty much always think Yona is going to win. Serral's yawning. No, I think I think the main reason why Serral's yawning is because he's been waiting for a long time. Something that is very killer for pro gamers and in a weird way even for casters is waiting. like you're on edge, you know that you are about to play, you kind of have to play, but you don't know when. And then if you're like literally ready, and you're like, okay, 10-minute game, no, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then it just goes on, and that is what can get you a little bit. Maybe that's why Yona comes across a bit sleepy, but I'm sure he's sharp, don't worry about it. And this is definitely something that has gotten the best of many players in the past, where you're ready to go for a long time, but you just don't know when it's your time, and slowly but steady, the energy levels fade a little. We have a Roach Warren going down already on the side of Solar. Serral's dropping the Baneling Nest. Happens in a number of sports. Yeah, I'm sure that's a real sport thing too, but I cannot really draw too many parallels between real sports and esports, guys, because I'm not going to pretend that I have a whole lot of experience with professional sports in real life. But I do know a thing or two about playing video games competitively or casting them. Whoa. Jonas Baneling connecting with like 8 or so links there. Pretty sweet start. First 7 roaches on the way for Solar. And will he stop here, guys? Is it just 8 roaches? Or are we going to keep on making roaches from here on out? So far it feels as Serral's playing a pretty clean game. 7 Banelings morphing for Yona. That's interesting. So now Serral's actually going to be the one that's going to be aggressive. But being aggressive into a guy with this many roaches, I don't know if that's going to work. Kind of feels that Solar should have more than enough. Maybe Serral just wants to get the hatchery and then he's happy. Obviously, if Solar moves the roaches to the left, the Banelings could sneak into the natural. And that is exactly what Serral wanted there. But Solar read it. Serral making more links at this point. Solar is slowly but steady going back into droning. Yeah, that is a relatively unique start here, guys. 5 minutes into this game. I want to say advantage Solar now. Despite the fact that Serral got the best of a lot of the little skirmishes and a lot of the little trades, I want to say that it's advantage Solar. Because I don't know if you can really get that much value out of all these Banelings. And Serral's making 6 more. Serral's making 6 more because I think he believes Solar is about to all-in him. But that's not happening. Solar is back into droning. Solar's move out to fake out Serral is working. And our Korean Zerg is getting further and further ahead. Uh-oh. Now, is Serral just gonna attack with Mass Ling Bane? In a weird way, Serral is now all in on 29 drones of pure Ling Bane. Solar is probably also confused about what on earth is happening. I wouldn't even hate a Spine Crawler here. It's gonna be hard for the Lings of Solar to have much of an impact against this many Banelings. But with this many Roaches, normally you'd think that the Roach player is going to be fine. Roaches do get surrounded though at the third, and that is an insane amount of Ling Bane. Oh my goodness. Okay, Ling Bane pretty good against Roaches apparently. Here comes the Jonas Otala as he just surrounds every single Roach. Finds the surface area that he's looking for, and now the drones of Solar are going to fall. The only question is how many. We've already killed 12 and Serral's far from done. Jeez Louise. Serral is not done yet. There's a couple of links in the natural still, guys. In the bottom left side of the camera, you can see links in the natural of Solar killing a lot of additional drones. It's 33, it's 35, it's game over just like that. 29 drones, Ling Bane, pretty good. 29 drone, Ling Bane, pretty good. Huh. I wasn't too certain about that one, I'll be that honest. But obviously very difficult for Solar to figure out where he needs to put his units. I think it would have honestly been okay for Solar to just sacrifice the third base. Roddy is going to be the ace, Lambo. I'll guarantee you that. If Serral wins the next game, it's time for the big man to step up one more time. I don't know who they will send. They should send Crank. If they don't send Crank, well, then it might be Roddy versus Maru. It's okay. Maru will never see the Phoenix Zealot coming. We're not there yet though, guys. We are not there yet. Solar is an amazing Zerg. We saw that at the Home Story Cup as well, where he pushed Reynor to all 7 games, finished as the runner-up in the end, but played great StarCraft, and was honestly getting himself in a pretty alright spot there in Game 1. Ah, Lemba, you qualified for Africa Cup today? What happened? I went away for like 45 seconds. Serral made around 50 Zerglings and 20 Banelings of 29 drones. And just ran into roaches. Like roaches do not matter. Does Maru know your name? Yeah, of course. I've met Maru at like 20 events. These days he even comes up to me and he says hi. If I don't come up to the Koreans, but he sees me, he will walk over and he'll shake my hand. I'm like, oh, Maru, what a sweetheart. Now, Maru is cool. Obviously, never really had like in-depth conversations with him because I don't think he's super comfortable speaking a lot of English, but in his mannerisms, he's very polite and he's very friendly. Do we know the map of an ace match? Is that decided yet? Where can I find the Lambo vs Gumio games? I think only on an Africa TV stream, which is the Korean service. If Serral is 95, who is 100? No one is. Serral is the highest ranked player in the WTL. Maru's second. Reynor is now the third highest ranked player. Serral 95, Maru 92, Reynor 90, and then a couple of... What was Oliveira, by the way? I missed that. What did they give Oliveira today? Anybody kept an eye on that? I guess Oliveira is like 84, 85-ish. 80? Really? They're gonna give the world champion of StarCraft 2 80? Stop, Marina. Alright guys, bottom right side of Babylon. We are looking at the main base of our Korean Zerg representing Onsyde Gaming. It's Solar. In the top left side of Babylon, we are looking at the main base of the man who hasn't played a game that he didn't want to win throughout his entire life, honestly. Basilisk Serral. The Finnish Phenom, the Finisher, the Night King, the great Jonas Sotala. What score is Roddy? Probably 33, mate. I don't know and I don't want to know. If I do end up playing, I'm turning off my second monitor. I don't need you guys to meme about my low score. Is this live? It is live with like a 2-minute delay. My interactions with you guys in the chat are live, but I am watching a stream that I'm allowed to show you guys, but this stream has a 2-minute delay or so. It's 2 or 3 minutes, whatever it is. Never 69. 69 is very high. Come on, you Rot versus Crank. We want to know your score. It's not up to me yet. It's first up to Yona. We're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet. Can just assume that Serral is going to be the guy like Solar 100% of the time. Serral's amazing and is pretty much always the favorite, but Solar is a legitimate world-class Zerg and has been one of the best Zergs in the world for probably 7 years now, maybe even a bit longer than that, so no guaranteed wins here. Crank played one time in the WTL, yeah. Why the bracket settings are not best of 3 or best of 5? I'm not sure what you're asking me. Playoffs are going to be just the same format as we currently have. Maybe there is like one more layer to it. Is there like revival in the playoffs? I'm actually not sure yet about the playoff rules. Do the playoffs have revival and ace match? Is that how it works? You can revive a player and you can... That would be cool actually. That would be not bad for us, I think. Playoffs are the weird all kill. So, okay, so it's all kill with revive and ace match, right? Or second life. Yeah. So you're saying Serral's gonna solo the playoffs? One revive and then a different ace at the end. That's an alright format for us, I think. I'm feeling pretty hopeful about these playoffs, guys. I like that. Yeah, I like that. GG's, by the way, Yoon. I mean, you played very well, mate. You were so close. We're proud of you. I know you're not happy, but we are proud of you. I know. It's okay, matey. Yeah, but Mix is amazing, but Mix is not quite Maru. Alright, let's take a look at what's happening here. 4 minutes into our ZVZ. We've got a Ling skirmish. Solar is dropping a Roach Warren once again. Serral already morphing 4 Banelings on this side of the map. Serral seems pretty serious about some Ling Bane aggression here. And since Solar doesn't have any Banelings, that a third hatchery could very well be in shambles. Well, Solar's just gonna sacrifice it. The funny thing is he could have done this in the previous game with a 12 worker lead and roaches, but didn't. Solar is counterattacking with a couple of links, but he's not getting a whole lot done on the other side of the map. And Serral may just continue at this point where he's like, you know what, this is going pretty well. Serral's trying to push the queens aside. One of the banelings splashed. Oh, there's a gap! There is a gap, and now more surface area. 2 queens go down, 3rd queen goes down. Yeah. Serral doing Max Verstappen things over here, guys. Sunday afternoon series for Serral. Most Grand Prix are a Sunday afternoon drive for Max. Alright, seems like we are going to an ace match. And Reynor says Solas keeps on skipping the baiting nest. Yeah, he did that in the previous game and he did it again here. And defending against Ling Bane aggression without a baiting nest, I guess it's pretty difficult. Serral wants that Roddy ace match. Time to warm up, Roddy. I'm already warm, mate. Look at me. I'm oozing confidence over here. This is me. I might want to take off my pants, though. Camera won't see it if I just play in my underwear, right? I'm wearing sweatpants, but it's not very comfortable, so we may have to go for that. Then I win and I stand up. No, I'll put on some shorts maybe. We'll see. Solar is now going for some sort of a +1 carapace, a roach, ling, maybe a few ravager attack. Serral is on 44 drones, but has a spine on the way. 20 lings, 20 banelings, couple roaches. This honestly is not much of an attack by Solar. Solar knows that, but he doesn't want to tap out too early. He at least wants to try, but this is not going anywhere. Serral will be your MVP of the regular season. I think that much is certain. GG gets called. Serral now, guys, has won every single series throughout the entire regular season, besides a 1-1 versus Scarlet. That means he ends the regular season with, what is that? 21-1, or are we 23-1? No. 21-1, right? 23-1? Okay. Serral's map score, guys, after a season of video gaming. What are these zeros, by the way? What is that? I'm confused. Why are there some zeros there? (23-1). Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. You guys wanted Serral in WTL Codas. Basilisk decided to give you guys what y'all wanted. What do you mean? Alright, let me just double check this. I'm just making sure that I know what's happening. Alright. One sec, guys. Oh. Okay. I go. I understand your question. Okay, now I understand Crank's question. Crank was DMing me, but I was very confused about it. All right, guys, it is time. Not EA Sports, but it is time. You guys hear those magical sounds? Pens are still on. But the pens might go off. Alright, be right back. A couple minutes, then we go. Thank you, Konimai, matey, for the 19 months. I need to figure out how this works. No. Alright. I don't know how to join. How do I join? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Hi guys.
Are you not entertained?
Okay, that's very weird, but I guess it works. They don't need audio, right?
Warriors of the night, assemble!
Phoenixes, check. Basilisk win, check. No pants, check baby, let's go.
I feel like my camera looks very weird in the zoom thing, but it's okay. Alright. Thank you, Air, for the love, the support. Let's do it, guys. Choose outcome. Serral 1. 5 minutes. Rotterdam VS Crank. Ace match. 5 minutes. 2% for this Dutch dude, Hokuton. Oh, okay. We are doing rock, paper, scissors for the server, where it's either west or central. We're doing rock, paper, scissors. So I have to DM the admin what I pick. I will share my my pick soon. The pro gamers are telling me to pick rock. Fuck! I picked scissors because I thought he would go paper because we always go rock. So I thought he would go paper and I go scissors, but he went rock and I lost. For fuck's sake. No. Fuck. Ay, ay, ay. Oh well, it's okay. Alright, I'm gonna turn off my second monitor. I'm gonna disable my alerts for a little bit, guys. I don't want any distraction. So, see you on the other side, my friends. Bye.
Good luck and have fun. You're gonna need it.
shall be where combat awaits. To glory. Glory to the Daylong. I have met the end.
Teleport successful.
We are.
Warp field online.
Let your will.
Sirafek Cryor. I am eager to strike. Anan Porkal. Where do our enemies? The skies await. I will. Time for battle. I am eager to strike. Engaging the enemy. Warp. The skies. Sirafek Cryor. Anan Porkal. Sirafek Cryo. I am eager. Anan Porkal. Teleport successful. Warp field online. I stalk through the stillness. Where? Time for battle. Anan. The skies. Time for battle. I am Sirafek. I return to serve. Anan, time for... Where do our... Anan Porkal. Warp field online. For honor.
Finished learning.
I return to serve. Teleports. I am here in the shadows. Time for battle. I am... I return to serve. I am here in the shadows. On the wings of Sirafek Cryon. Teleport successful. Warp field. The skies of war. I am eager to strike. The shadows. Warp field on.
Your forces are under attack.
Successful.
Our armies are scrapped.
Sirafek Anan Porkal. I am here. Teleport successful. Let our enemy know our fury. I like teleport. I am eager to strike. must learn.
The minerals have up and gone.
Teleport successful. I am warp field on.
The minerals have up and gone.
Teleport successful. Time for warp. Zero. On where? Warp. On time where I am. The skies are bright. I return to serve. I am
They're attacking our beautiful home.
teleport successful. On. Time for battle. The sun. Warp. Time. Time. The skies limit. Time for battle. The skies limit. I am eager to warp field. Warp field. The sky. Where do I zero? Time for battle. Teleport successful. I am eager to strike.
Not the pro.
Zero. Non-orbital time. Warp field on teleport. I am eager. Time for battle. I return to serve. I am where? Time for non-warp field on. Time. The skies await. We are time for battle. The sky. I. Teleport successful. Warp field online. I return to serve. Time. Fly on.
And they're out of here. Well, there's no more gas with this one.
Let's go, boys. We stay undefeated, baby. We stay undefeated. That's the way we do it. Woohoo! US West or no US West. We stay undefeated. Can't believe Maru was afraid of me. Unbelievable. What a guy. What a guy. Can you believe it? Here I am ready for Maru and they don't send Maru. Unbelievable. MVP. Woohoo! Oh, that makes me very happy, actually. Best win right now. I went 0-2 against Nice, so How nervous were you? I was pretty nervous, especially when I saw that he went 1 gate fast expand. I was like, oh, fuck me. But it worked out. It worked out. Think he had the gold? That would be impressive. There was no gold there. All right, let's see. This is my favorite. Now I can see who actually is my friend. Who believes in the rudder, guys? Most. Can I leave this Zoom thing? How do I do this? Why am I still in Zoom, guys? Quit Zoom. Leave meeting. Whew. Undefeated in ace matches. Choose prediction. Okay, okay. You guys were believers. You guys were believers. I'm happy with that. Summary. I want to see who bet big against me. Like, I don't. Okay. You know, my man. 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 Excusez-moi. Qu'est-ce que fuck? WTF, mate? Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
No!
Who the
No!
fuck is that?
No, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. Gross Papa, no. Like this guy, okay, I didn't expect anything else. Not Gross Papa. No. No. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that one does hurt. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Okay, guys. That means we have one more thing to do before we are officially done with WTL, and that is I'm going to take a very tiny break. Give me a second. I need to relax. Then we'll do a tiny interview with the boys for the last time this season. And after that, we cover the Platinum Heroes Eagles Open. So there is way more StarCraft coming here today, guys. We have 2 more best of 5s to cast. Let's see if I can find the tournament link. Platinum Heroes Eagles Open. I know it's is it Goblin? I know that my boy Goblin is playing. So guys, I will be casting this sometime soon. Goblin versus Hate Me and Spots versus Trigger. So we've got 2 exciting best of 5 still to cast today. But first, I need a second to calm down. Old man is not made for this stuff and all this stress, okay? So give me a sec. And after that, we'll do a tiny interview with Reynor, Serral, and Trigger. And then we are going to cast some best of 5. So be right back. 2 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed that. GG's. Woohoo.